I love this movie.
The latest chart-topping hits from all the great artists.
I want to go see every movie.
Hey, what about new music?
It's On Cinema at the Cinema with me, your host, Tim Heidecker.
Hey guys, welcome to another episode of On Cinema at the Cinema. I'm your host today, Gregg Turkington, filling in for our usual co-host, Tim Heidecker, who unfortunately is not able to be here. The bad news is there's been a family emergency with little Tom Cruise Heidecker, his son. We wish Tom the best of health. I don't have the details about what's going on. I just found out that they were called to the hospital with little Tom. So we all send him our best wishes. I'm filling in as the guest host or co-host or host for the episode. As you know, I was the host for this show in the past, and so I feel very comfortable stepping back into those shoes. We had a second emergency in that when Tim left, he didn't leave me the passcode to get into the studio where we normally film On Cinema at the Cinema. And so fortunately that emergency has been squashed because I consented to shoot the episode here at the Victorville Film Archives. Anyone who's a regular watcher of the show knows that I have been curating and maintaining one of the largest film archives in North America here in Victorville, California. This is just the screening room where we dub the tapes and catalog the tapes and that sort of thing. Next door, and I'll show you a little bit later, is the actual archives where the films are stored. It's going to take a long time. There's been a lot of work put into it so far. It's going to take a long time to get everything completely cataloged and available to the public to come and tour. So we'll keep you posted on that. Today is an exciting day. It is the day in which I finally get to review a movie that I've been looking forward to all year. James Bond in Spectre. This is directed by Sam Mendes. It stars, of course, Daniel Craig, James Bond, Christoph Waltz, Ralph Fiennes, Monica Bellucci, Léa Seydoux. A cryptic message from Bond's past sends him on a trail to uncover a sinister organization.
You should go there.
While M battles political forces to keep the Secret Service alive, Bond peels back the layers of deceit to reveal the terrible truth behind Spectre.
Its name is...
And if you followed the Bond movies, and if you haven't, I would be surprised if you were watching On Cinema at the Cinema, because this is the known refuge for Bond heads. You know that Daniel Craig is possibly one of the best Bonds yet. This, I think, is the best of the Daniel Craig Bond movies, possibly of all the Bond movies. I think this is the first Bond movie in which you're going to see an Oscar awarded for Best Picture, but not the last. Once they uncork that bottle of champagne, I think future Bond movies will also get the Best Picture nomination and the statuette as well. So I'm going to go ahead and give this 5 bags of popcorn and throw in like a coffee cup, styrofoam coffee cup that you would have in your car, but it secretly has a tracking device, because that's what Bond is great at, gadgets. And because Tim's not here, we're going to do sort of an estimated or projected rating for him. I believe that Tim would love this movie. It's very similar to his own Decker, and I believe that Tim would give this movie 5 bags of popcorn as well. Okay, our next movie today is The Peanuts movie, and it's directed by Steve Martino and featuring the actors Noah Schnapp, Francesca Capaldi, Venus Schutelis, and Alexandra Garfin. Snoopy embarks on his greatest mission as he and his team take to the skies to pursue their arch nemesis, while his best pal Charlie Brown begins his own epic quest back home. If you've ever read the Peanuts cartoons, you know exactly what this is about. Charlie Brown, Snoopy, the Red Baron, Lucy, Linus, Pigpen, all those great characters are back, and it's interesting to see them in this film in kind of a 3D, or not a 3D, but just it's not as flat as some of the old Peanuts movies. I would also say that, I would also argue that the Peanuts movie is kind of an inaccurate title. It's not the Peanuts movie, it's a Peanuts movie, because movie buffs know that there have been, in fact, several Peanuts movies in the past. I love this movie. I think it's great for children of all ages. I think if you show up with a snobbish attitude and say, well, I'm a little bit old for this, you're going to be surprised that really you aren't. This is a movie everyone could love. The only reservation I have, and this is why I would give it 4 bags instead of 5, is I feel that John Goodman would have been right for the voice of Charlie Brown. This is something I noticed hearing his voice in many great pictures over the years, of Blues Brothers 2000 and so on, that I always thought he had the right voice, and if they ever revived the Peanuts franchise, it should be Goodman as Brown, but obviously they weren't listening to me, so they've got Noah Schnapp. But I'm going to go ahead and give the movie 5 bags of popcorn, and I'm going to throw in 5 bags of peanuts. And Tim Heidecker's projected rating, I think, for this would be a great movie for him to bring little Tom Cruise Heidecker to. Tim, if you're watching, we wish Tom the best of health, and when he gets better, you take him out to see this movie. He's going to love it. I project a rating of 5 bags of popcorn from Tim Heidecker and 2 Milky Way candy bars for little Tom Cruise Heidecker, because anyone that knows him and knows the family knows he's always eating Milky Ways. Okay, now we're going to cut to a special segment. It's the special Victorville Archives edition of Popcorn Classics. Okay. Hey guys, welcome to a special edition of On Cinema at the Cinema Popcorn Classics, live from the Victorville Film Archives. As you can see behind me, we have quite a few films to choose from, and that's one of the things that makes these segments so special this season. This time we're doing a special edition called On Cinema at the Cinema Family Ties. And I'm not talking about the TV show Family Ties, I'm talking about the ties that bind a family of actors. In this case, actresses, in this case, Goldie Hawn and Kate Hudson, her daughter. Swing Shift is our first popcorn classic. This is a movie starring Goldie Hawn, Kurt Russell. It's 100 minutes long, directed by Jonathan Demme, and it's a sweet romantic comedy with exceptionally gifted performers. And if you've seen Swing Shift, you'll see the roots of Kate Hudson's comedic timing, which she learned from her mother and from her father, the famous Kurt Russell, because How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days is also a very funny movie in its own way. It's kind of a more modern spin on the classic Goldie Hawn comedies, but it's a movie you're going to love if you get a chance to see it, and I hope that you will. That's the point of this whole segment. And we're here in Victorville at the Film Archives. Thanks for watching. Thanks for watching another great episode of On Cinema at the Cinema. I'm your host, Gregg Turkington. We'll be back next week with another episode with your new host, Tim Heidecker. In the meantime, we're wishing our best wishes to Tom Cruise Heidecker. Get well soon, buddy. See you next week.